Live to Brentwood, where there's a news conference getting underway.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming here today. On behalf of the Brentwood Police Department, the University City Police Department, and the Major K Squad, we'd like to express our condolences to the families of Barbara Goodkin and Sergei Zakharov in their passing. The investigation so far, we have 36 detectives from both the Major K Squad and the University City Police Department working on this. The investigation is active and ongoing. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Captain Lemons from the University City Police Department.
Good morning. Once again, we thank everyone for coming out this morning. On Saturday, May the 15th, during the late evening hours, 2 innocent victims were heartlessly gunned down with senseless violence. Since that time, the University City Police Department and the Major K Squad were activated and are conducting a joint investigation. In regards to that investigation, at this time, there's no definitive motive, but robbery is a possible motive. The Major K Squad and the University City Police Department are hunting down all possible leads. Both investigations are running jointly and concurrently, and we are utilizing as much personnel as possible to bring these suspects to justice. But what we want to do is we want to reach out to the public. We need the public's help in possibly identifying a vehicle, a silver or metallic passenger SUV vehicle, or any other possible information that someone may have in regards to either of these incidents. Barbara Goodkin, Dr. Sergei Zakharov should be here today, but because of the heartless acts of individuals or individual, they are no longer with their family and their friends. We're requesting that if you have video, that you supply the University City Police Department or the Major K Squad or the Brentwood Police Department with that video. We want to thank the Major K Squad and Brentwood Police Department for once again coming together with the University City Police Department in a joint effort to bring these violent criminals to justice. At this time, we also want to make sure that our citizens are aware that extra patrols in both cities are occurring. We're utilizing all the resources at our disposal to make sure that everyone is able to travel the streets in a safe manner. At this time, we're going to turn it over to Val.
So as Captain Lemon said, we need the public's assistance. If you have any camera, home surveillance video, ring, whatever you may have, please send it in to the departments. Any tips that you have, please share those as well. Also, there is a reward. Crime Stoppers has a reward of up to $30,000 to help solve these crimes. And they came through 2 generous donors who contributed to this award. Again, we send our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of both victims. Please submit your crime tips. You'll be eligible for a reward up to $30,000 if a suspect or suspects are identified in this case. Thank you.
Takes the question.
Questions?
Have you established any connection among the victims at all, or is it just, you know, I think people, when they think about their own personal safety, they wonder, is there just someone out there randomly robbing people, or was there some connection between the Goodkins and Dr. Zakharov that sort of, not makes it make sense, but, you know, can put people's minds at ease, that they don't have to worry when they're out going to a restaurant or driving down Delmar?
Well, one thing that we can say it's still an active investigation, and there's certain aspects of the investigation that we can't relay to the public. But what we do want to relay to the public is, at this time, there doesn't seem to be any type of links between the victims, but robbery is looking like a possible motive. Hopefully, within the next few days, we'll have some more information for you.
Were both victims robbed?
Once again, there's some things that we just don't want to, it's still an active investigation, and we want to make sure that we keep the integrity of the investigation.
Can you talk about the volume of tips that you guys are getting right now?
The University City Police Department and the Major Case Squad and the Brentwood Police Department are receiving tips. In regards to the actual number of tips, we can't get too much. If someone sees or heard or knows anything that may help in this investigation, we are encouraging them to call.
Are you getting a pretty good number? How would you quantify what you're getting?
On behalf of all the detectives involved in this, we would like more. We need and desperately want the public's help in this. We are a community. The only way we solve things is together. So we need the community's help in this. Again, we are imploring anyone that thinks they have any information, please contact either the Brentwood Police Department, University City Police Department, or the Major Case Squad. Yes, sir.
Sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead.
A question about the vehicle that you guys are looking for. Is there any way you can narrow it down to a make or a model? I know a silver SUV is kind of...
Right now, our detectives are out looking for various surveillance footage. We need to try to find clearer surveillance footage. As you can see, some of it is grainy. It's a silver SUV. So anyone that, again, that has a Ring doorbell camera, a business camera, we know the locations of both incidents. Anybody that may have been driving by that thinks they may have seen a silver vehicle, we need the public's help in this to come forward and provide us some information and to continue our investigation. We're still working numerous leads. We have been working numerous leads, but we'd like more.
Do you believe that there's one suspect or more than one suspect, and during these shootings, did anyone get out of the car or the shots from the car?
Again, this is an active, ongoing investigation, so some of the details I'm not going to go into, but as we all know, vehicles, if they're driving, you can have a driver, a passenger, someone in the rear passenger. I've worked numerous homicides where we've had 2, 3, 4 people in the vehicle. So it's going to depend on where we get good camera views to see how many people are in the vehicle.
So at this point, you don't know? At this point, you don't know if it was a single person or if there were more in the vehicle?
There will be multiple people in the vehicle.
Do you, the video you've shared so far was from University City from a few different sources, the grainy stuff we've been sharing. Is there anything corresponding to that from any locations in Brentwood yet? I mean, you had Drury Plaza, a lot of businesses, I'm sure, have surveillance. I'm wondering if they caught anything.
As part of the investigation, the detectives will be going around to all the businesses looking at video. They've been reviewing hours and hours of video. When we get video from those locations, if we get a clear picture of either the persons of interest or the vehicle, then we can put that out, because we also need your help to help transmit this message to the community. So we've got to all work together on this.
So Dr. Zakharov was obviously a doctor. Mr. Goodkin, who I believe was an attorney, I don't know if he was retired, through their professional jobs or positions, was there any type of relationship? Did they ever work together on any cases or anything like that you're aware of?
Again, that's why we are having the joint investigation between the U-City Police Department and the Major Case Squad, because then the detectives can sit down and compare notes and stuff like that to see if there are connections.
But so far, nothing jumps out, I believe.
Again, it's an ongoing active investigation. I really don't want to get into the details of what we're involved with right now.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? Mr. Goodkin is in good condition. He did sustain some minor injuries. And one thing that we want to say is, in regards to Mr. Goodkin, he took a round right in the chest, but thank goodness his cell phone was there. His cell phone was there. and he was able to drive himself and his wife to an area hospital. So, you know, we want to make sure that Mr. Goodkin and his family, they're able to receive the justice for Barbara Goodkin. And that's why we're really out here just asking and pleading for the public's help. 10:50, 10:45 p.m. on Saturday night, if you were in the area of Delmar 170 and you saw a suspicious type passenger vehicle, SUV vehicle, give us a call. Give us a call. That way we can follow up the leads. As Lieutenant Abel previously stated, we're dealing with upwards of 35 to 40 investigators on this case. This is how serious it is. And both police departments with the major case squad are absolutely burning the midnight oil to bring these perpetrators to justice.
You mentioned robbery. Was Dr. Ev's wallet and cell phone taken? Was anything taken from the victim?
Well, as Lieutenant Abel stated that it is an active investigation, we don't want to put out too much information at this time.
Was the Goodkins vehicle approached by somebody?
They were driving. They were driving eastbound on Delmar.
But do you think it was linked to a robbery? How, if their car wasn't approached, was they robbing somebody else?
There's possible, once again, we're investigating all possible motives, and robbery is a possible motive at this time.
And you mentioned forensic evidence is the link between the two cases. Can you confirm that's ballistic evidence?
We don't want to give out everything, but there is forensic evidence.
So can you say more about where Dr. Zakarev's body was found? We had heard from his attorney that he was waiting for an Uber or something like that. Can you say anything about like the direction that the vehicle went after?
Again, I'm not going to go into the specific details because that is something when we go along the investigation and we end up interviewing people, we don't want to cloud their decision making and what they tell us. So we're not going to release any of the information about the scene right now. Okay? So I'm going to turn it over now to Val.
Just to clarify, Mr. Goodkin, Stanley Goodkin, he's not hospitalized.
He is not hospitalized.
Okay.
He is at home.
Okay, thank you.
So as you know, we have more questions than answer. And again, we implore the community, please call us with any tips that you have. You can call the U City Police Department, Brentwood Police Department, or Crime Stoppers. We do plan to come back with another press briefing, but we'll notify you of that time. Thank you.
Okay, that was the major case squad offering the latest information on the murders of Barbara Goodkin and Dr. Sergei Zakharov. And you just heard one of the detectives say that Mr. Goodkin, who was with his wife at the time of the shooting, he's not pictured here, but he was actually shot as well in the chest, but it looks like his cell phone may have saved his life. That's where his cell phone was placed, in a pocket there. As you can see, Barbara Goodkin on your left, the doctor on your right of the screen. This is the suspect vehicle they're trying to locate. The first shooting happened in the 8200 block of Delmar. That's near 170. This was Saturday night. 10:50 at night. That was when Barbara Goodkin was shot. And then the second shooting was the Dr. Zakharov, and that was at 11:45 in Brentwood on Eager Road, and that's right near the Drury Inn and Bonefish Grill. You heard the detectives say 36 detectives working this case. They don't believe there was any connection between the victims, but they do believe maybe robbery was the motive. But again, they are still investigating that. I think the one detective said 2 innocent victims heartlessly gunned down, senseless violence. And if you have any information, you were asked to call Crime Stoppers. You see that number right on your screen there, 866-371-TIPS. We have several reporters working this story. Of course, we will have the latest information on the 5 on Your Side app, on KSDK.com, and on our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock newscast. Right now, we'll return you to regular scheduled programming.